I have always loved heavy metal and American football, NFL. Because in both things, there is a big possibility that you get injured while doing it. So you must be all in other words. And of course, that can seem that both things are a bit silly, but the alternative is much worse. European football, soccer, which is sports equivalent to pop music, that is really, really bad. In both things, if you're watching a pop show or a soccer match, you're watching 90 minutes of nothing, just 90 minutes of grown men and women running around in circles. And in both things, you need to be an oversensitive drama queen in order to be part of it. In soccer, in European football, you can see a grown man running around and suddenly somebody touches his arm and he falls down crying on the field. Somebody comes and carries him out, and then a guy comes with a deodorant spray and sprays his arm, and suddenly he's totally healthy again and runs onto the field. In pop music, it's almost the same. You just hear sprayed a deodorant spray into the hair, and then grown men walk onto stage and cry for 90 minutes. In pop culture, there is nowadays something called alternative facts. And a guy called Kanye West is the perfect example of this phenomenon. Kanye West says that he is a genius, a musical genius. He is bigger than Leonardo da Vinci. So let's look at what Kanye West does. He copies other people's music and then he speaks on top of it, rhythmically speak. Someone calls it rap. You can call it that. But then again, yes, let's just call it that. And of course, that can be genius-like if what you're saying is legendary and will change the world for the better. But here is one of Kanye West's lyrics. Let's look at it. He says, "Now I fucked this model and she just bleached her asshole and I get bleach on my t-shirt. I'ma feel like an asshole." Of course, we all know this feeling, but I don't think it's legendary or something we're gonna remember. And if you are a musical genius, I think you ought to be able just to sing one or two notes because you have a voice. He has a voice. And you can hear musical notes. Of course, you are a genius. So let's listen to Kanye West sing. This is a festival in England where he does a cover version of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. And listen to how Kanye West sings and listen to how the audience sings.
Just killed a man, put my gun up to his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead. Mama, like that, but now.
Yeah. So, if you are a musical genius and you are hired to play a festival somewhere and you are the musician on the stage and all 80,000 audience members are better singers than you, then you are not a genius. So look out for the alternative facts in pop culture. So if we stay in this logic, then being a messiah musician is like if meditation was a sport, because in both things it's very important to turn off the brain and to be totally free. And now I'm going to show you an exercise that should help you do that in music. If you are a drummer, you need first of all to be able to play single, doubled strokes with both hand and feet. Yeah, and then you do this. In the beginning, you just play totally free with hands and feet. Of course, in the beginning, you maybe need to do some exercises to get it all going. But after a while, you can start being free. Not playing things you know, just let the hands and feet do their own thing. And so on. And this exercise is called free. And and in this exercise and in being a Messiah musician, size matters because, let's go up again. Because in nature there's something called quantum mechanics, and quantum mechanics are the physics of the smallest things we can measure. And in this world, strange things can happen because a very, very small particle can be in two places at the same time. A very famous guy once said, if you think you know quantum mechanics, you don't know quantum mechanics. And what are the quantum mechanics of music? I believe it is playing very, very, very fast. Because when you play very, very fast, music becomes small. You can't play loud anymore if you're playing live, if you're not a computer. And the value of the notes becomes smaller and smaller because there are so many of them. So this exercise is all about being totally free with what you do in the hands and feet and playing as fast as you can. Why? Because when you do this, and you do it a lot, suddenly something magical can happen because you can suddenly experience that you come out of your body and watch yourself from the audience place playing things you didn't know you could play. And that is a strange, strange thing. If you do this exercise and you've done it a lot, try to record it and listen to how it sounds. You will get totally surprised. And at some point you will feel that the brain is totally turned off and something else is controlling what you do. This is how the exercise sounds. So that was the quantum world of music. But we are, of course, human beings made of nature. And if we, as a species, want to feel change, and change is the most important thing in being a Messiah musician, it needs to be in the big world. And the bigger it gets, the bigger the change is. And the big world in music is playing slow and loud. Slow and loud. If you want to be heard change-wise in the world, play slow and loud. Yeah. And now I'm going to play the last song of this Messiah musician sessions. And I'll just want to end up with the most important thing. And that is, of course, every time you hit a drum, play a note, every time you do it, think about leaving a legacy behind that your children would approve of, because we borrow the earth from our children.